Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a foundation review, so that is why I'm not wearing any face makeup right now. Today we're going to be testing out the new Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Foundation. So this is a brand new high-end foundation. I know that a lot of you guys like my foundation reviews, so this one's for you guys. If you do, then be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you want to see me test this out and give you all of my thoughts on it, then just keep on watching. This is a pricier high-end foundation. It is not cheap. It retails for $48. You get 1 ounce. That is typical when it comes to a liquid foundation. And let me scroll down to all of the claims. It says all of the wear, all the coverage without the weight. Laura's longest wearing foundation of flawless full coverage and 15 hours of wear fused into a weightless formula. So this claims to be sweat, humidity, water, and transfer resistant. It says that it controls oils immediately and throughout the day. A matte finish is never dull, flat, or cakey. Weightless texture looks, fits, and feels like a second skin. It is oil-free, fragrance-free, non-comedogenic, and dermatologist tested. So that is all the information on this foundation off of the Laura Mercier website. This is available on the Laura Mercier website, also on Sephora, and I think it's on a few other places that carry Laura Mercier. So I will leave my favorite places down below for you guys if you do want to check this out. And a quick disclaimer before I start working with this foundation, I do want to tell you that I did receive this foundation through PR and I have been testing it already. So this is not going to be a first impression. I have been wearing this a few different times because I had a lot of requests to try this out, and all of my opinions, as always, are completely honest whether I receive something for free or not. So I want to jump into trying this foundation on my face for you guys so you can get a good look of how it looks on me. So the shade I'm going to be trying on today is 3C1 Dune. This is the one that I've been wearing. I have another one that's a little bit darker that I might have to dip into because I am self-tanned right now, so my body is a lot darker than my face. But I am going to try this Dune shade out first and see how it goes. So on the Laura Mercier website, it said that this foundation works best, of course, with Laura Mercier products. I don't feel like you have to use Laura Mercier products to get a good result, but I do want to try it out with the primer that they recommend. So this is the Laura Mercier Foundation Primer. It's oil-free. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this on the areas of my face that I feel needs it. So I'm just putting it on like I would a normal face moisturizer. I'm going to go ahead and clip my hair out of the way. So the best way I find that a matte foundation applies is with a damp beauty blender or any kind of damp beauty sponge. I prefer not to use a matte foundation with a brush, a matte liquid foundation anyways. I feel like matte is not always my thing. So using a damp sponge kind of takes a little bit of that away. So here's what the bottle of the product looks like. It's a really nice frosted glass bottle. I really appreciate that this has a pump. I love when a foundation has a pump. It's just less messy, easier to work with, and you waste less product. So this is about 1.5 pumps of product. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this side of my face. Hopefully you can see just how many freckles I have from the sun. I have one breakout right here that we'll see how it covers. So that covered my cheek and neck area. I do have bigger cheeks, so obviously I do need to use a little bit more product, but I would say already that that is a medium to full coverage because most of my freckles you cannot even see right now. I stayed away from the inner corner though because I do use concealer there, but most of the freckles on my cheeks are completely covered. So again, the same amount of product is on my beauty blender. I'm covering up that breakout that's right over there. I have another little breakout on my forehead, and I have a lot of freckles on my nose. I always have. Okay, so this is one coat of the foundation all over my face. So here's what the foundation is looking like. This breakout right here is a raised breakout, so unfortunately, even though this covered the breakout, it's not really hiding it, but that's not the foundation's fault. That's literally my breakout's fault. So it covered redness, it covers breakouts as long as they're flat, and it actually looks really good. It looks pretty natural. I don't think it looks cakey at all. The one claim that it has that I don't really agree with fully is that it feels weightless. I can feel that there's something on my face. So I feel like with a dewy foundation, I can't feel it at all. So that's why I prefer my dewy foundations. But that drying feeling of a matte foundation, just like feeling of the foundation drying down, I can feel. So maybe when it's fully set and dry, I won't feel it at all. But right now, as it's setting a little bit, I can feel it. So it's not entirely weightless right now. Something I am seeing though in the viewfinder at least is that this foundation might be a little bit more like orangey toned than I like because my body is looking a little bit pinky. Let me know what you guys think, but I am seeing that just a little bit. So I don't know if that is just the shade of foundation or if it's oxidizing. It's not supposed to oxidize. I haven't really had a problem with wearing this foundation and having it get darker throughout the day, so it might just be this color on me with my self-tan. I just feel like my body is a little bit more red toned than my face, but maybe with all of the other makeup on top, it will not look like that. So something I want to tell you guys from experience with this foundation is that it actually does not work well with cream products. It might be because it is a matte foundation, but I highly suggest not using cream products over this foundation. I would stick to your powder products because when you do use cream and then you try to blend it out, there will be some patchiness, at least with what I have tried so far. So I am not going to try that today because I don't want to mess up my face, but I am going to set my face very lightly with the RCMA No Color Powder. This is what I do with all my foundations. A very, very light dusting. I don't feel like if you're wearing this foundation by itself, it needs to be set, but since I'm putting powder products over it, I would rather set it just to make sure that everything blends very smoothly. I realized I forgot to do concealer, so luckily I didn't powder underneath my eyes yet. So I'm going to go in with a hydrating concealer. This is the Catrice Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer, just the first one that I grabbed out of my drawer. This is pretty hydrating, so I'm going to put this underneath my eyes. It is way too light for me right now, as you can see. The concealer is blending really well over top of the foundation. Now I want you guys to know that I have dry skin, so my skin is basically the furthest from what this is intended for. It says it's good for everyone, but mostly normal to oily. So I have dry skin, so if it's not going to work on someone, it's not going to work on me. Now you guys, this is feeling pretty drying on my face, and I can feel it in my cheek area. It is set down now, so it shouldn't be feeling like that if it's supposed to be weightless. So unfortunately, I don't think it is a weightless product. It is a little bit more drying. If you have super oily skin, you're probably going to be obsessed with that. The feeling is not my favorite, so I have such an overwhelming urge to use a setting spray on my face. So I am going to finish up my face makeup, my blush, my highlighter, and if I want to contour, and then I will be right back and I'm going to try out a setting spray. So I just added some blush to my face. I used one of the blushes out of the Jaclyn Hill and Becca face palette, and that actually gave some color to my face. It helped my face match my body a little bit more, but I figured since you guys know I'm obsessed with highlighter, why should I do that off camera? So I am going to use a golden highlight today. I don't know why, I'm just feeling like with my self-tan, I want to be a little bit golden. So I'm going to use my Ofra highlighter in the shade Rodeo Drive. And I'm just going to pick this up with my Morphe R31. And I'm just hitting this high point right here. Oh, I love this highlighter. And a little bit of nose highlight, because I can't live without it. A little bit on the Cupid's bow. So I'm applying Birkin Suede by Jeffree Star because lately I just like a regular lipstick. But this is too light for me, so I'm going to go in with a lip liner. So I'm going to add some color to my lips with Kylie's Charm lip liner. Now I need to mystify this matteness or I'm going to go insane throughout the day. So I am going to go ahead and go in with my OG MAC 6 Plus. So I'm going to go in with my OG MAC Fix Plus and I am going to spray the matte away. Now sometimes a setting spray can fix all your problems. I feel much more comfortable now. My skin feels hydrated and it doesn't feel so heavy. I can definitely still feel the foundation because it is so full coverage. It is such a mattifying foundation. So I can definitely feel that something is there. So that's the only claim that I don't really agree with this foundation. So basically overall, I do like this foundation. It's not my favorite, like I said, but it is a good foundation. I'm not such a huge fan of a full coverage anymore. I kind of like my skin to show through a bit more, but I know a lot of you guys are die hard for a full coverage foundation. So if you guys are in the market for a high-end foundation, a foundation that is mattifying, long wearing, and it has a very nice full coverage, you are really going to like this, and I suggest that you do try it out, so long as you are not relying on the fact that it is weightless, because I don't personally feel like it's weightless. I can feel it in my forehead area and my cheek area. It just feels a little bit more heavy than the rest of my face, and that's because I'm not really used to a full coverage foundation like this, at least one that is mattifying. So if you're used to matte foundations, if they're your favorite thing ever, I think you're really going to love this. I'm sorry that I don't have more of a yes, you need it, no, you don't need it kind of answer, but hopefully the pros and cons will help you when you're shopping around for makeup. Hopefully this is a helpful review for you guys. So I think that that's pretty much all that I have to say about this foundation. If you guys do have any questions, if I left anything out, then go ahead and leave me a question down in the comments. I'm going to leave the information on this foundation in the description box for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like this video and you like foundation reviews, then be sure to give this video a thumbs up for me. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I put out new videos every single week and I would really appreciate it. And go ahead and follow my other social media if you want to stay up to date with me, with the products that I'm loving and the things that I'm receiving, and just my daily life if you are interested in that. And hopefully I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye.